Excellent. Thank you, Chair Russell. We are now live.
Thank you very much, Eric. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the last day of spring. We are expecting a frost warning tonight, so it should be an interesting day. My name is Paul Russell. I represent Lower Sackville, and I would like to call to order the Northwest Community Council meeting for June the 20th. It is now 6:03 p.m. I'd also like to acknowledge that the Halifax Regional Municipality is located in Mi'kma'ki, the traditional and unceded lands of the Mi'kmaq people. The municipality acknowledges the peace and friendship treaties signed in this treaty and recognizes that we are all treaty people. And I meant that they were signed in this territory, not in this treaty. So as is standard with these virtual meetings, I'd like to go around the table and just make sure that the councillors have their audio and video set up correctly and working properly. So let's start with District 1, Councillor Daigle-Gammon. Good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Chair, colleagues, staff, and any of the public that are watching. Lovely to be here from Waverley, Fall River, Musquodoboit Valley.
Good stuff. Thank you. And District 14, Councillor Blackburn.
Good evening, everybody. Coming to you from beautiful downtown Beaverbank in the GBA today.
There we go. Thank you. I believe Councillor Oathit shares that acronym since he would be coming from the Greater Bedford area.
You're all just part of Greater Bedford, as far as I'm concerned. But anyways, hello to all from beautiful Bedford, Wentworth. Looking forward to the meeting.
Good stuff. Thank you very much. And the Deputy Mayor should be joining us a little bit later. She is in another meeting right now. So at this point, I'd like to move ahead with the agenda and ask for the approval of the minutes of May 16th, 2022. I see Councillor Oathit moving those minutes and Councillor Blackburn seconding them. Are there any errors or omissions? Not seeing any. All in favor of the minutes of May 16, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed, say nay. Great. Thank you very much. Approval of the order of business and approval of additions and deletions. Over to the clerk. Are there any changes for this evening?
There are no additions or deletions from the clerk's office.
Okay, thank you. On to members of the committee. First of all, can someone please put the motion on the floor to approve? Thank you, Councillor Daigle-Gammon, and seconded by Councillor Blackburn. Thank you very much. Are there any changes from the committee? No? Okay, super. All in favor of the order of business as presented, please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. All opposed, say nay. Great. Thank you very much. Business arising out of the minutes. Not seeing any. Call for declaration of conflict of interest. Also not seeing any. Next are motions of reconsideration. There are none. Motions of rescission is none. Consideration of deferred business is none. And notices of tabled matters, there is none. So the next item is 10.1.1. This is a public hearing. And for this, I'm going to step out of the chair. So Councillor Blackburn, if you wouldn't mind assuming the chair for this item.
Sure thing. And just an explainer for those at home, I'm the former vice chair. So in Councillor Lovelace's absence, I'll do this motion for you all. 10.1.1, which is case 23556. Amendments to the Sackville Drive land use bylaw, access to multi-unit dwellings across LS zoned properties. And I think if I'm not mistaken that we don't have a presentation on this and we don't have any signed speakers, but we will need somebody to put the motion on the floor. So if we could have someone to do that. Well, look at that. Councillor Paul Russell, if you would like to put this on the floor, go ahead, sir.
Thank you very much. I would move that Northwest Community Council adopt the amendment to the land use bylaw for Sackville Drive as set out in attachment A of the staff report dated May 4th, 2022.
And a seconder?
Second.
Seconded by Councillor Oathit. I think I saw him to the buzzer first. Yes, any comments to the motion as presented? Councillor Russell.
Thank you very much. This is a simple bylaw amendment. So what we have is one zone, an LS zone, that there is one particular property that is looking to build an apartment building adjacent to another property that is LS zoned. And in order to be able to get to the property that has the apartment building on it, we would need to allow access across the LS zone. The bylaw is written such that it would allow access to existing multi-unit properties or multi-unit buildings, which would have been in place at the time of amalgamation or the time that the bylaw came into force. But this is allowing access to a new one. So it is a simple update of the bylaw to allow this. So I would appreciate your support for the motion and for the bylaw change.
All right. So thank you for that, Councillor Russell. So as I said before, there's no applicant to this, and there's no staff presentation, and we had no registered speakers. And just to clarify, for those watching at home, the deadline to register as a speaker was 4:30 the business day prior to the hearing. So in this case, it would have been on Friday, June the 17th. And again, there were no speakers registered for the public hearing. So the motion is on the floor. Looking for any questions of clarification or questions in general from members of committee.
I have one, but this is for legal counsel, if I may. Do we have to open and close the public hearing?
Excuse me, Mr. Chair, can you hear me?
We can hear you,
Here
yes.
we are. Yes, there we go. Yes, the public hearing is scheduled. I believe in this instance, there's going to be no staff presentation. There's no registered speakers. Just as a formality, the public hearing should be open. Then an indication that there's no public speakers. When the hearing's open, then close it and then move on with the motion.
Okay.
Does that make
very
sense?
much.
All right.
Okay, thanks.
Sounds good. All right. So I'll move that the public hearing, we open the public hearing. Or looking for somebody to open the public hearing, I guess.
I think the
We
chair
have to
can
go
open the
through-
public, the chair can open the public meeting. We have to vote to close it.
I think that's accurate.
Gotcha. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. So I will declare the public hearing to be open. Once again, we have no applicant, no registered speakers, and no staff presentation. So with that information in mind, I'm guessing that we now move to close the public hearing. Do I have a motion to close? All right, we have a motion from Councillor Russell and seconded by Councillor Oathit. Thank you very much. So seeing no further, looking for a call for the question on closing the public hearing. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Opposed, nay. All right. Public hearing is closed. So public hearing has been opened and closed. We have a motion on the floor. Any speakers to the motion as presented?
I'll call for
All
the
right.
question, just to be difficult.
Seeing none. Nope. Perfect. Question has been called for. All those in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, nay. All right. Motion has carried. Thank you very much. And I hand the chair back to Councillor Russell. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Councillor Blackburn, and thank you for your support, colleagues. The next item on the agenda is correspondence. I'm wondering if we have received any correspondence.
There was no correspondence received for this meeting.
Okay, thank you very much, Eric. And do we have any petitions?
There were no petitions received for this meeting.
Okay, thank you. And from members of committee? I don't see any. Okay, thank you. We don't have any presentations for the meeting. There are no information items brought forward. So the next item is item 13.1.1, case 22820, Amendments to the development agreement, Hanwell Drive, Sunset Ridge subdivision, Middle Sackville. Councillor Blackburn, would you like to put the motion on the floor?
Sure thing. I would like to move that Northwest Community Council approve the proposed amending development agreement, which shall be substantially of the same form as set out in attachment A of the staff report dated May 12th, 2022. I so move.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, Councillor
All
Outfit.
right. And if I could just speak briefly to this, just to quickly clarify, this development agreement was before us, I do believe, late last year. This committee of council, or this community council, refused the amendments to the development agreement. The applicant subsequently took it to the Utility and Review Board, and the Utility and Review Board ruled that our vote was out of order, and so now it's been brought back to us with instructions and direction to approve it. I think if legal could weigh in quickly on that, I think I've captured that correctly.
Yes, indeed, you did. It's back to be approved in accordance with the board's order.
All right, thank you very much, and nothing further to add to this, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you very much, Councillor Blackburn. And not seeing anybody else who wishes to speak to this, all in favor of the motion as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Wonderful, that motion passes. There's a surprise. The next item on the agenda is 13.1.2, case 21826, the amending development agreement for 771 and 819 Bedford Highway and 12 to 32 Esquire Lane, Bedford. Councillor Outfit.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, and this is first reading, so I'm going to move that Northwest Community Council give notice of motion to consider the proposed amending development agreement as set out in attachment A of the staff report dated June 1st, 2022, to allow additional commercial uses and expansion of the commercial area within existing buildings, construction of the new motel buildings and accessory buildings, subdivision of the lands, and a reduction of the non-disturbance area, and schedule a public hearing. So moved.
Thank you. Do we have a seconder?
Second.
Thank you, Councillor Daigle-Gammon. Go ahead, Councillor Outfit.
I'll save it for next time.
We'll save it for next time. Okay. If any of the councillors have any questions, please indicate that in the chat, and then we will jump to you. But nobody has indicated that. Carl, I don't think we've talked about this, but there is no presentation, as I understand. No presentation. Okay, thank you very much. So
I was going to get him to wing one there because Megan's not here tonight. I was going to get Carl to do one off the cuff, but just for fun. But
there we go. It
he
would be
disappeared quickly off my screen, didn't he? Yeah. Okay.
It would be a presentation for a completely different case. Okay, thank you very much. All in favor of the motion as presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Great, thank you very much. The next item on the agenda is 13.1.3, Councillor appointment to the Appeals Standing Committee. Who would like to put this on the floor?
I can put it on the floor as the other member of appeals from this body. I move that Northwest Community Council recommend that Halifax Regional Council appoint one member of the Northwest Community Council to the Appeals Standing Committee for a term to November of 2022. I so move.
Great, thank you.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Councillor Daigle-Gammon. So we have the motion on the floor, and I'm now going to open the floor for nominations for the appointment to the Appeals Standing Committee.
It's Tim, and I'm happy to nominate Councillor Daigle-Gammon.
Great, thank you very much.
I second that.
Okay, thank you. And Councillor Daigle-Gammon, do you accept the nomination?
I do. Thank you very much.
He wants to appeal it.
Exactly. Are there any other nominations from either the mover or the seconder or the person who accepted? Are there any other nominations? And just to make it round, I think, are there any other nominations for the position on the Appeals Standing Committee. Great. With that, I would like a motion to that nominations cease.
So moved, Tim.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, councillors, and all in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you. Nominations have closed. We have Councillor Daigle Gammon as the person who would represent us, the other person who would represent us on appeals. So I guess all in favor of the motion as we have it, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed say nay. Great. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Kathy.
To join you, Councillor Blackburn, on this wonderful committee.
There we go. Thank you. The next item on the agenda is members of Community Council. 13.2 is none. We don't have anything under motions, and we do have two things under in camera.
Mr. Chair, if I could test the will of Community Council and move 15.1.
I'm not sure there is that there's an actual motion there. I believe that is a background report.
Oh, I have a motion under 15.1 legal matter in camera.
Oh, there we are. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Yep.
Oh, okay. I would like to move that Northwest Community Council 1 adopt the recommendations as outlined in the private and confidential supplementary report dated May 18th, 2022, and 2, direct that the private and confidential supplementary report dated May 18th, 2022 be maintained as private and confidential. I so move.
Thank you, Councillor. Do we have a seconder?
I'll second it, but sure.
Great, thank you very much. No discussion on this, so all in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed, say nay. Great, thank you very much. The next item is 15.2, and I believe we have to go in camera for this.
I move that we go in camera.
Great, thank you.
Second that.
Thank you, Councillor. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great, thank you. We will see you on the flip side. We have two meetings in camera. Let's go to the one that has the two attachments.
Yes, just make sure to use the Teams link in the description. Yes.
Okay, thank you. We'll see you there.
Yay. Am I here? Oh, okay, something's funny.
I'd like to welcome folks back to the public session of Northwest Community Council. At this point, we all seem to be having issues turning our video back on. Eric, if you could have a quick look at that, I'd appreciate it. And we can't hear you.
Thank you. Now my video is working, but I will.
Thank you.
Excellent. The video issue should be
There we are.
resolved. Thank
Okay.
you. And I'm just working on that motion.
Okay,
Councilor
thank you.
Russell, a snowplow?
We do have a frost warning for tonight.
Mr. Chair, I should have said my apologies.
I should have geared this up before the meeting, but this is in recognition of summer tomorrow and a frost warning tonight. So we have conducted our business in camera, and we have a new motion that we are simply waiting for. Councillor Othick can't unmute. That's probably a good thing. And he has responded appropriately. And there we are.
It's unusual for me to respond appropriately. Okay, here we go. I'm happy to put a motion on the floor. I don't know if Eric was going to craft a specific one, or I'm just happy saying that we defer the item until receiving further direction from either legal or the CAO. If that's sufficient, I'm fine.
I believe that is sufficient. Roxanne, any thoughts?
I'll second that.
Thank you, Councillor Daigle-Gammon.
Sorry, just, Mr. Chair, perhaps if you could make reference to that it's item 15.2 that we're dealing with for the deferral, just to make it clear for the minutes what is in fact being deferred.
Councillor Othick? And we have a thumbs up from Councillor Othick clarifying that we are deferring item 15.2 until we have received direction from legal or the CAO. We have that seconded.
I just added what I was working on for the motion, though I believe it was covered.
Yep, and the additional information from Eric is that it relates to the private and confidential report dated May 18th, 2022. So all in favor of the motion to defer, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, say nay. Great. Thank you very much, everybody. Added items, there aren't any. We are on to notices of motion. And I don't see any from members of the committee. The next item is public participation, and next we would normally have the public participation section of the meeting, although no speaker signed up by the deadline. And as a reminder to those watching from home, the deadline to sign up as a speaker was 4:30 p.m. on Friday, May 13th. So with that, the date of the next meeting of the Northwest Community Council is July 18th, 2022. And can I have a motion to adjourn, please?
So moved.
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you very much, Councillor Daigle-Gammon. I saw you there first, so we stand adjourned. Have a great evening, everyone, and thank you very much for your time and attention.
Thank you all.
Awesome. Thanks. Thanks, Eric, April, and team. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.